This deck is full of units that have flying and haste. We've got Zagras, Thief of Heartbeats. We've got Goldspan Dragon. We've got Rankle, Master of Pranks. We've got Phoenix of Ash. So we got some cheap interaction at the bottom end in Thirst and Heartless Act. We've got some Nighthawk Scavengers to gain us some life back. And then we've got Valki and Dragonkin Berserker here. It's just like other threats that we can play early that scale up into the mid to late game. Deck's playing a bunch of lands, as well as things like Mauling and Spikefield that double as lands. So let's attack people with flying haste units, huh? The old beep beep, gotta go fast flyers. Thanks for the follow, Butters. He packs it open, 120. Seem to have enough lands in it? I feel like I should mulligan, right? We're on the draw. I keep on the draw. Morning, Hangrand. Almost afternoon. Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Alright, I fixed my indentation problem, and then Pip refuses to install PY side, so my frame selector tool is not going to work, apparently. Because apparently Pip installing PY side on Windows 10 does not work. Damn it, Pip. It's like blue-white control here. If anybody knows how to make Pip install PY side on Windows 10, drop it in chat. Send me commands! I know what some of those words mean if it helps, God bless. This has flash, so no reason to attack Valki into their thing. Believe you have confused Twitch chat with Stack Overflow chat. This is a moderately severe category error. I mean, to be fair, there are probably a non-zero number of people in chat who have answered questions on Stack Overflow before. Alright, maybe not answered. There's definitely people in chat who have asked questions on Stack Overflow. PY side, it is a graphical interface based on Qt. It's very old at this point, so I assume it not working is related to the fact that it's very old. A Stack Overflow when you play with Battle of Wits. Oh. Your question has been deleted as a duplicate. Your account is now banned. Yep, sounds like Stack Overflow. I mean, I have a land. Hagra Mauling is a land. Is it crazy to draw a card here? I don't want to discard. I like all of my cards. Drawing cards makes them lose a life. Which I'm not a huge fan of giving them a card, but I am a fan of making them lose life. Yeah, pip install PY side is crashing in an error. Oh, I wonder if my Python version doesn't work. Reading the error message helps. Oh yeah, it totes says only Python versions supported are 2.6, 2.7, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4. Is there a PY side that works with the latest version of Python? Is there a PY side 3? I'll have to sort that later. That's I'm gonna be able to sort midstream. We debugged it midstream though. Live debugging. Good times. That's what you're here for, right? You're here for the live debugging. Just switch to your tech center after this game. What am I using Python for? I use Python for two things that are streaming related. Well, one currently. I use a Python script to generate my thumbnails for YouTube procedurally so I can generate them quickly without manually using a graphics editor. And I had a Python tool previously set up that changed my border frame color to different colors based on the color of the Magic deck I was currently playing. Alright, so if we play Thief of Heartbeats here, all of these things gain Death Touch, which means we can attack into the Yorion, which is nice. The Great Half, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to the channel. Side, not Psy. Side is also an old application, but I promise you it had a lot of versions. PY side are Python bindings for the Qt graphical interface library. They unlikely playing main deck Wraths with all these tokens. So I would bet that there's sweepers in their deck. Alright, so I don't need this land. I think I'm going to continue letting them to draw cards. Like, their hand is full of cards. Guy, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. If they sweep the board, I have Chandra and Goldspan Dragons as follow-ups here still. Yeah, the one life could definitely add up to being meaningful, I think. Yeah, someone sent me a Teamer Giants list that somebody else had built that we might play later. Thanks to Nighthawk Scavenger, the hits from these tokens just don't really matter. Only if this creature attacked and only once each turn. Okay, so I can't attack with something else and then activate the most on this. We're gonna bottom max. I think that's worse than a random. Driving in my dragon, beep beep. Hope no one wrecks into me. So I have 4 copies of Duress and a Chandra in my sideboard for the control matchups. Heartless Act sounds like a fine trim. Honestly, Valki seems fine too. He's a Planeswalker in the late game. What else do I want to get rid of? Probably Bloodchief Thirst. I guess this kills Planeswalkers. Get rid of Dragonkin Berserker. This is mostly just here as a cheap threat against aggro that can scale up into the late game. I think I'd rather keep these to killing Yorion on occasion is going to be good, and I expect they have the new blue-white Planeswalker in their deck. Actually, if I'm expecting them against non-aggro, Murderous Rider is probably just better than Bloodchief, right? Yeah, let's make that swap because this is a threat in a pinch. Hey, Great Packs, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Quasicodal, thank you for the 21 months. Jeskai Giants from PVDRR. Sweet. Thank you for the link. I am not taking formal deck submissions via donations, but I am entertaining decks that sound sweet that people post in chat. No, 0 guarantees on things getting played, though. I guess we're keeping this. Leave a scry. Our deck doesn't have a lot of things that cost less than 3, so like... Bottom that, looking for some other hasty threats. I have no desire to play Magic Arena on full. Combat damage to a player. That player exiles that many cards to top library. You may play lands from among them as long as they remain exiled. Second red, Scavenger. And look at that. We found Rankle, so we get to go 3, 4, 5 here. Just like flying threat, flying threat, flying threat. We'd also go 3, 4 Planeswalker. That is not Smuggler's Copter. It doesn't have flying, and it draws cards off of my deck, and they can only play lands. That's true. It's not only this card. It can also be Cosmia, God of the Voyage. This card's very good. Does stuff. I think ideally I want an untapped land that doesn't hurt me for next turn, so I can go Duress into Goldspan. Yes, foretelling counter spells remove some of the counterplay that Duress generally offers in matchups like this, for sure. Okay, so based on their boats and their other things, is Heartless Act matchup? I guess they do have... Maybe I do want to leave a couple of these in. Let's try that. Based on their boat means they probably have slightly more units than I was expecting. We get to go ahead and duress them on 1, and then Temple duress them again on 2. Oh, we can't duress this because it's not a creature. Or because it's a creature on the front half. It's annoying. So 2 shots on an untapped land for next turn. Okay. Ideally, we want running lands on top of the deck there. So here's a question. Let's say I'm a new Magic player or a returning Magic player that didn't look at the set. How on God's green earth would I know that this is a 4-tooled card? Like, is there any way for me to know, like, what happened with this shimmery thing when they paid 2 mana? Or am I just expected to know that 4-tooled exists and that's a 4-tooled card? Because I didn't miss anything, right? There's no in-game log still, right? There's nothing that said, hey, this happened. It's a special action that doesn't use the stack. You learn by getting got by it? Okay, yeah. Any of your upkeep, you may exile it due. If you do, you get when a land is battlefield under your control. If it's exiled, you may put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return to the battlefield. This actually doesn't seem very good, right? I think I'm just attacking, and I'm going to have us both draw a card and lose a life. You just need some guess. So this could be another copy of the Sweeper. This could be another Doomscar here. Just a birth, sure. It's a lot of text for something that draws cards slowly. Okay. We're just drawing here. Land is battlefield under your control. If it's exiled, you put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return to play with X plus 1 counters, where X is the number of voyage counters on it. Okay. Get that sick deck thinning value in here. So they're dead. Rankle kills them. They can gain 2 with this, but then Rankle's gonna do 4 and this will do 4. Yeah, we beat blue-white control. Nailed it. Alright, I need to run to the restroom really quick. When I get back, we're gonna keep playing. Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more Magic coming up. Look at that, silver. We're pro gamers now, chat. Been moving up in the world. Cosmedia is a reading comprehension test. Well, waiting. Do 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 do. I keep instinctually wanting to minimize this and look at like what their deck is before we mulligan, but that's not how this game works. This looks fine. Hey, ML, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. How many bits for a League of Lantern Modern Control? Let's say 100,000. Is that right? Is 100,000 right? Yeah, I'd do it for 100,000. That's $1,000. Yeah, it's $1,000. Nah, I'll take $500 an hour. $500 an hour is my. I'd prefer not to do this price, but if you're really stupid and have that much money, I'll do it. That's like I said. I'm not taking deck submissions today, but for $100, I'll play your deck next. That's my price for today. So if you hate your money and like me, that's the price of deck submissions today. Let's say that. I will happily lose with whatever you want me to lose with for $100 an hour. Hey, Grillix, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do you accept GME options? If you like me and your buddy, then you should just stay subbed to my channel consistently and watch the decks that I choose to play here. That's like when, and this goes for any streamer that you're watching too. It always makes me chuckle when people would be like, I don't do deck submissions, but then someone would donate 50 or $100 and ask them to play a deck. And they'd be like, well, for that much money, I'd probably do it. And it's like, well, so you do deck submissions, you just haven't set the price. Because everybody has a price. Basically every card game streamer on Twitch, there's a dollar amount where they'll play your deck for that dollar amount. It's different for most of them, especially the bigger ones, it's going to be higher, but I promise you a price exists that they will play your pile of cards for. Alright, so now that we know they're playing Disruption, I think we just play one turn behind. I am not intending to stop doing Runeterra Hoth. I might take a short break until their balance patch on Wednesday. I might focus on Magic for the next 6 days. But if Magic stays good, I'm planning to do a mix of Runeterra and Magic stuff. I like Runeterra as a game. It's at a bit of a low point right now with their format getting a bit stale since it's been so long since balance changes, which is a good opportunity to poke in and check out other things. Yeah, I'm just transparent about my capitalism. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All about transparency. They picked their murder back up. Well, that's just rude. That costs 4 though, right? Yeah. I have basic land. It's only cheaper if I don't have basics. Alistair and Enya, thanks for the subs. Runeterra will get patch notes on Tuesday, and their patch will go live on Wednesday next week. Their patch next week will introduce a new champion as well as balance change a bunch of stuff. We don't know what stuff yet though. Get Goldspan Dragon in here. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. They have a 3-mana murder here. We have a Murderous Rider, perhaps. Getting Murderous Rider used on this before we play Soul Shatter. Each opponent sacrifices a creature planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures or planeswalkers they control. Neat. Six, 7. So wait, if I play this tapped, next turn I can play my 8th land and bring back all 3 units out of my graveyard, right?
Nothing can slow me down.
We have a 3, 4, and 5 in here. Above average turn. Age of Awakening is very good. I agree. Oh no! They killed my creatures! Oh no! I'm pretty sure Arena has a stop by default that lets you stop attacks in instances like that. Drawing 3 a turn, we're drawing 4 a turn. Chandra draws 3 all on her own. Okay.
You want to like me? That's precious. I love making new friends.
Oh! It has a counter on it. I can remove the counter though, right?
Like I think this through.
Beaten, but not extinct.
So Chandra's cards can only be played until end of turn. She does not have an ultimate in this deck. She just ticks up. She exists here purely to do what she's doing right now, which is draw us cards every single turn once we've emptied our hand. What is Boast? Boast is an activated ability that you can use if this creature attacked. So I'm basically just playing this as like a 2/2 first strike curve filler that in the late game, in mid-range games like this, can still be a threat. This card might be suspect. There's a good chance this card is worse than, there's a good chance this card is worse than, Bonecrusher Giant, but I wanted to try and play with the new card. 6, 9, 11. Pump twice, kill you. Alright, so I want Murderous Rider here. I want my extra Chandra. Honestly, Dragonkin Berserker is probably pretty bad. It dies to their Elspeths, or their Elspeth, whatever that black saga was. Probably makes it not great. I guess they did show us counterspells game 1, right? And what's it called is legal again? Disdainful Stroke? I feel like there's probably a good chance they have Disdainful Strokes in their sideboard. I'm gonna go ahead and board in some copies of Duress. Maybe. Heartless Act that good? They didn't show us much that Heartless Act hits. We'll just bring in 2. I don't want too many cards like this, because like that last game, these games can come down to top decking wars. Yeah, the problem is that, like, I expect my opponent to frequently get empty-handed in this game, in this matchup. And Duress is a pretty rancid top deck late game. Valki's front half, the Valki half isn't very good, but Tibalt's pretty good in the back half, so I think we keep this. Hey, Rutabagal, thanks for the 3rd of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, opponent is playing Sultai mid-range. Would expected Sultai to be Snow. Playing Snow is difficult in more than 2 colors because you don't have a lot of basics. And like playing the Snow duels that always come into play tap's a pretty big tempo hit. Hey, catch you later, Sugio. It'll all end up on YouTube as always too if you can't watch everything live. Yeah, seems reasonable. Not particularly fast, but opponent's deck's not particularly fast either. There have been 0 server issues today. They had a 0 downtime update, and then there have not been issues at all. It patched 2 minutes after it was supposed to go live. We've been up and playing since. You want to just get this into play tap now? We've not restarted the client at all. We've been playing for probably 2 hours. We'll see. I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna let it run until it dies. One of the things that's good to note here as well is that this card costs 1 less for each creature in your party, which is Rogue, Wizard, Cleric, etc. So if we play Rankle on 4, Thief of Heartbeats costs 5, so Rankle curves right into this. Flying haste, flying haste. This is like more dragons, basically. Visionary. Vision is scary. Start a revolution. Pollute in the airwaves. Devil and Nathan, thanks for the resubs. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Life is well. I think we're just on the Rankle hit you plan. I think we're just giving everybody some cards here. My hand's pretty gasoline. Goldspan Dragon's a nice pickup, because it means if they murder Rankle this turn, I still have a Flying Haster to deploy next turn. We got mana screwed today. Once, I think, the spell land flip cards that go a long way towards mitigating a lot of resource variance. Yeah, play Kaldheim gets you 3 booster packs, as always. I've also constructed most of the decks we're playing today to minimize that sort of variance as well. So like most of the decks we're playing today have high land counts. I tend to favor playing decks with high land counts for explicitly that reason. Like, if you count all of the spell lands I'm playing as lands, most of our decks have 27 or 28 lands in them, with about 6 to 10 of them doubling up as spells. Okay, so do I want to kill this turn, or do I want to just keep beating them down? I think we want to just keep beating them down, huh? I was actually really sad that there weren't more spell land split cards in this most recent set. I think there definitely should have been more spell land flip cards. Oh, I can play dragon and kill this, right? Because this makes a treasure. New cards, chat. New cards. I forgot that this does that. I think I was gonna say, yeah, everybody just keep drawing, huh? Forgot about that. It's good stuff. Deep. Thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hey, Skunky, thank you for the 15 months. Any hot takes on the Wall Street bet stuff? Not really. I try not to give hot takes on things I'm not super informed on. I understand what the concept of shorting a stock is, but as far as everything else that's going on with it, nothing really specific. Thank you for the very generous tier 3, Fizzian, for 37 months at that. That's a long time. Welcome back. Alright, so they're dead, right? We get to go ahead and Murderous Rider, this, and then we hit them for 8, and then this makes a treasure that makes 2 mana, and then we can play Chandra and hit them for the last 2. I'm glad this deck's been reasonable. This deck's doing a lot of things I want to do. MK all day, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. This card making 2 mana a turn is real sweet. Big in a 4/4 flying based. Chop popsicles. Thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Climbing on up the ladder. Do 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 do. Waiting. Do 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 do. The amount of money I put into Arena this morning is the equivalent of, I don't know, like 35 subscribers, 40 subscribers post-taxes. Yeah, I'll post final deck lists on Stream Deck or some other website, and I'll link them in the YouTube video descriptions, Beansy. I'm just not putting them up there midstream. Yeah, seems fine. If Magic seems reasonable and I plan to stick with it as a consistent part of my content again, Hunox, I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to price deck submissions at, but it will be at least $50 to discourage them from happening frequently. Because like I said, I like money, and there's a dollar amount I will play them for, but consistently playing only viewer deck lists is not something I intend to go back to doing. Unless there's people really want to pay that much money for it consistently. It's just not a shtick that works out super well post fire design, I don't think. Hey, the Oratog, thanks for the sub gifties, I appreciate that. Well, they've got double Bonecrusher Giant here, unfortunately. We'll just take away their player agency. For the double face card, you just pick a side to play. That's correct, Protus. You just pick which side to play them on. Did not draw a 3-drop there, unfortunately. I think we're just saving this to play as a spell. Deal 1 to something isn't super exciting, but it's probably better than another land at this point. Hey, Bert and Mageologist, thanks for the follows. Ooh, that's true. That's exactly what it does, right? I forgot about that interaction. So we can Spikefield Hazard this in response, and then it gets exiled. Good catch. I think I'm actually going to bin. Am I gonna bin this? Or the land? It could be right to bin this to get. I have so many 5-drops. I'm gonna bin this and then plan to draw a card with Rankle. And obviously we could flood out and get punished for this decision, but I think I like having the most likely chance to be able to go Rankle into 5-drop next turn. You want to prioritize getting triple black into play with this mana base? Because Agedom's Awakening is triple black. Hey, Bert. Welcome back. Yeah, the new set seems sweet. I love this game board. I would really love if Wizards would let me give them money so I could use this game board whenever I wanted. Until your next turn, creature under control, each tapped creature deals damage equal to its power to itself. I don't think I can not play things here. This card's really strong. So, I don't want to play this out now because it'll die to this next turn, but I can just play it post-combat, right? I want to spend my mana this turn. Most of the 4/4 flying haste dragons in Magic aren't legendary. That's pretty typical. Yeah, Cronin War is really good against our, what's it called specifically? Rankle. I mean, the chat is subs and mods. Part of the reason why I give 12-month subs mod swords is so they can always chat even if they can't continue to sub. Because 12 months is a long time in a lot of sport. Hey, Dwayne Lester, thank you for the 4 months. And T-Master Ray, thank you for the 20 months. Good afternoon. I'm just spending my resources here. Agedom's Awakening is probably the best draw in our deck at this point. That's a 3-drop we didn't have yet. So even if they murder this, this would make Agedoms a play 4 at this point. Nerf Blaster. Thank you for the entire year. Welcome back. They have a way to sacrifice this, I assume. Village Rates is such a brutal card. Cling 2. I guess there's less free sacrifice outlets in this format, but yeah. Be very good. Just like trying to tread water until we can find Agedoms at this point. There's a free Crux. I think we're done here. I guess if they can't kill this, I'll take one more draw at an Awakening. I don't need Graveyard Hate in my sideboard, do I? It's probably a mistake. It's the best Graveyard Hate in this format. Is it Lantern? Yeah, probably Lantern. This is probably not good, just dying to, Bonecrusher. Cling, Lantern, Crypt. Oh, Cling to Dust. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Maybe we should play some of those, or at least have them in the sideboard. Hand needs some lands, but it's got a scry land on one. I feel like I'm hesitant to call Erebos' intervention good. Yes, this combination of cards is just such big sigh. Thanks for the 12 months, so Hammer. Welcome back. Hey, Bulletproof Pope. Thank you for the almost 4 years of support. Welcome back. Yeah, it's the new Viking theme for it, Bulletproof. It's tie-in content for God of War. Yeah, exactly. You understand. This is really good graveyard hate on their side of the board here. We unfortunately don't have access to that one without green mana. Let's pump this up and hit them for 8 here again. Jay Wall, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. I think I'm going to continue losing life and drawing cards here. Another solid haste threat for us goes a long way. It's been fine, coin. So they're going up to 8, and we're going down to 9 here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should wait on the Heartless Act till after they trigger Klothys. Is that way they have to exile something from their graveyard? It's probably the slightly better play. So they're dead. Rankle's in the giving mood, chat. Black God can be sideboard cards to these matchups. They're popular, so it takes control of what gets sacrificed or discarded. Does it? Is that... Are you thinking... Is that the 5-mana Black God? Not the Black God they're playing. You're talking about a different card, right? What's going on, Snooty? Howdy, Vin. This hand's got plenty of mana in it. Doesn't have proactive threats, though. Scry on the draw. Perfect. Just never didn't have it. Nailed it. So the plan here is fetch for tapped mountain on 2. Ditch Mauling here, I think. Ooh, they're missing their 3rd land. It's good for us. Oh, and they milled a land. It's... Scavenger's actually really bad against their... And this is the danger of having discarded the Mauling. We might miss our 5th land drop now. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, claim the Firstborn is still a very brutal card. There's some appeal to getting this down to gain life, but like if they escape Kroxa next turn, which they're likely to after having played Village Rites, I just don't gain any life back. Yeah. You think I'm just ditching Scavenger here? If we miss on a land again next turn, I do have enough cards to escape this Phoenix, which is nice. We've got a couple of dragons charged up. Donkey, I think I almost missed that one. Thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. Good afternoon. The game sounds are a bit on the loud side. Disagree. I actually hear the game sounds balanced with my own voice in my headphones. I think it's reasonable. I agree. It's probably louder than some other streams, but I think a lot of streams tend to have their game audio on the low side. Sound design in Arena is reasonable. I'd like to hear it. Like it to be a part of the content. We're going to escape Kroxa again next turn. Yeah, this board is very beautiful. Looks good. That's probably the game, huh? I don't think we can beat that card. Not from this board state. Probably time to restart the client. It's been like 3 hours, and that lag time after each match is getting a little bit longer and longer. I want to throw some graveyard hate in the sideboard here before we go again. Still appears to leak memory. It'll be interesting to see how it does on cell phones. With that leak. We didn't crash, but I manually closed the client and restarted it. They just posted a link to download the mobile client. Yes, the download link for Arena only works on real mobile operating systems currently. Well, I mean... all of my lands are tapped currently. We're looking for an untapped land with this one. I'd like to play... Probably tough for them to race and then eventually trades with something. I think hitting our land drop's more important. Let's bottom that. That's a heck of a payoff. Okay, not the untapped land I wanted for Christmas, but a way to kill that so it stops doubling up their mana at least. Gosh, I probably gotta kill this, right? So otherwise it's gonna get to, otherwise it draws a card with this, and it draws a card with this. I mean, yeah, so it's worth pointing out, and I really dislike snow mana for this reason. My deck is strictly wrong for not playing snow swamps here because of cards like this, right? If this was a snow swamp, I could copy this and get my land untapped. So from a strictly competitive sense, you should be playing snow mana in every deck. And all of those sweet basics you've been collecting that are great cosmetics are now competitively worthless as long as snow lands exist. You also, technically from a hidden information perspective, give up value in your deck by letting your opponents know that you don't have snow cards in your deck. So you give away free information about your deck as well. There's that creature that Kismet's opposing snowlands. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good argument. I think that one's gonna come up less often than all the other things. Doom Scar with Indestructible Squirrel is definitely a thing.
Ready for some hot-headed action.
Hey, Jacob. What's up, bud? Yes, Jacob.
Button.
Their buttons work? No? I don't know how your game works, but maybe ask mommy, and if she's not working, she can help you, okay? If she is working, we can figure it out later, though, okay? After I'm done. Do we race or do we try and be interactive here? I think I'm inclined to just race them. Just like Phoenix of Ash, dome you for 2 with Chandra, crack you for 4. And then next turn we can start drawing cards with Chandra if it looks like we're not going to be able to race. They're going to get to double their mana up next turn though, which is very scary. I guess if we hit them for 6 this turn, we can theoretically kill them next turn. They just have a ton of cards, though. A lot of things they could have that are interactive here. Yeah, like a counterspell.
Too much action.
This is a 4 toll card for those not aware. They're basically paying up front to get an effect on that. Makes it cheaper for later. It's kind of like putting the card on layaway to get a discount on it later. This doesn't really impact anything on board, right? I think we're just digging. I don't know. I don't think we really have outs here at this point. I think this Dream Trawler just beats us.
I'm what they call a free thinker.
Yeah, the game is broken. Please play something else, and I can help you fix it later, buddy. Yeah, maybe try turning the game off and turning it back on. Okay, let me close your game, and you can reload it. And if it doesn't work after you reload it, play something else or watch the show. There you go. I did just reboot it, boys. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we're just not beating the Dream Trawler. Really have any answers to Dream Trawler in my... No, I'm not, Dr. Jessen. Because I don't really know what I'm playing. We're just kind of winging it. Takes a lot of energy to be that organized off stream, and I'm just not feeling it currently. Our deck just gets completely stonewalled by Dream Trawler, huh? I guess this kind of breaks through it. Do foretold cards get revealed at the end of the game? I don't know. I feel like they're supposed to, right? Like morph cards? But I can hit view battlefield and I don't see anything here, so maybe Arena just doesn't do that. Rankle kind of works. Kinda. They have to have nothing else in play, and we have to spend a removal spell to tap it. So that really doesn't seem like a great use of whatever. Need to be able to kill their Snow God. So Heartless Act seems good. Murderous Rider seems fine for that same reason. For the 33 months, go to Scoopscap. We'll come back. Yeah, needing to know when you're in garbage times is an important skill, so you don't sit there and get held hostage. Rookix, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Arena doesn't allow you to cheat, so there's no purpose in forced reveals. There is. Arena's supposed to be providing an experience that's similar to Paper Magic the Gathering. So if something like revealing your foretold at the end of the game is necessary in Paper Magic, it then, by virtue, needs to be done on Arena as well, because Arena is bound by the paper card game. You are right that if Arena was an all-digital card game, that wouldn't be necessary. It's information by the opponent to make the game identical to the paper component. Yeah, digital only games don't have to do forced reveals because, you know, you're not maintaining that your opponent's not cheating. You just expect the client to be able to enforce that for you. But Magic doesn't get that luxury. That is a snow figure of destiny. Is exactly what that is. I'd rather get Rankle down this turn. I could go tapped land, play this, but providing some pressure with this seems ideal. Rankle's a lot like Oprah. Everybody gets to draw cards. Yeah, at the end of a game of Paper Magic, you have to reveal all of your morph cards to prove that you didn't cheat by playing cards that don't have morph as morph cards. Guess each sacrifice a creature here. Dr. Brouhaha, thank you for the year and a half. Good afternoon. Why snow lands are different than regular lands? So they can have cards like this and this that care explicitly about snow. So this little snow icon means mana explicitly made from a snow source. And this untaps explicitly your snow lands. Are there snow duels? They are, they just always come into play tapped. Dealing damage and drawing cards. Might be right to discard a few so we can work towards this Phoenix. This is our roundabout way to kill a Dream Trawler here. We tap it, it's their only creature, we hit them with a Rankle. Oh, did I miss lethal there, actually? Not quite. Oh, yeah, I did. I could have, after tapping their thing, I could have used Chandra to discard my hand, which would have let me escape the Phoenix and hit them for exactly 8. I did miss lethal. Do I want Duress in this matchup? Duress is probably better than this 2-2. Nighthawk Scavenger seems a little slow, too. I have a lot of pretty good non-creature spells. Cassius, thanks for the 1.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Find them. I was worried a little bit about muscle memory coming back to Magic after taking a few months off, but it turns out having logged thousands of hours playing this game, it's not too bad. I'm supposed to bottom the second Duress there because of all their foretold stuff. Yeah, wow, that feels bad. So like this is something my Duress could have taken, but I didn't have an untapped land on one, so I couldn't. Brutal. And I should have bottomed that Duress. Bottoming the Duress helps me dig towards the land too. They have the As Foretold Wrath as well. It could be a counterspell though, you're correct. Well, I'm glad this exiles. So we have triple black, so color we get here doesn't really matter. Chandra gets to finish off this Faithless Haven, which is why we attacked.
You bet I'm passionate about pyromancy.
So this means even if they draw a white source, they can't play Dream Trawler next turn. Their Rhyme Staff here does mean they get to replay this from the bin, but we're putting them down a land for the turn at least, which is nice. Obscene Sanity, thank you for the 32 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I assume this could be either a sweeper or a counterspell. Didn't get countered. Probably a sweeper. They are running the snow card draw spell. Wow. Yeah, it must be the sweeper, right?
Caught in the crossfire.
Check and see what these two are.
Use them or lose them.
Huh. The throne of lies is comfortable this time of year, chat. We sit on a throne of lies. Oh, I could have played Valki post-combat with the dragon. Maybe, so the cards you don't play with Chandra get exiled, and having the Phoenix in the graveyard has value in case they have a sweeper. It could still be right to take the dragon to push more damage in the short term. I didn't consider that line, but considering the line, I think it's right to get the Phoenix in the bin. My opponent's playing a Yorion deck, which probably means it's a control deck, so I think I'm going to keep this slower hand that has a lot of good threats in it. How long am I planning to stream today? If we stay above 1,000 people, I think I'm planning to be live for another 4 or 5 hours. If the viewer count drops off, a lot of the time, my normal audience that I've built up leaves in the normal late afternoon. So if we drop below 1,000 people, I'll probably be done after, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so, another couple hours. But yeah, if we stay above 1,000, I plan to go for a good bit yet. Magic's been reasonable today. I'm planning to stream Magic again tomorrow. I'll update my schedule on my website to reflect that after I'm no longer live today. Yeah, you can use the play codes for basically every set that's still standard legal, I believe, Tumos. Get scry those non-lands to the bottom. Phoenix of Ash is actually a pretty okay draw here because it gives us something to do with our mana on turn 4. We'll just have like bird on 3, bird on 4, dragon, or dragon vampire, depending on. This card looks a little out of place in this deck, but the reason why we're playing this is because they won't let us play 5. They won't let us play 7 Goldspan Dragons, so like this is the closest thing to it. I think I'm hanging on to that for now and just playing another Phoenix. Oh, you know what? I super punted. I should have played this tapped as a land and played another Phoenix, right? And yeah, holding that was super wrong. Definitely should have gone tap land Phoenix to guarantee the dragon next turn. Good chance we lose the game because of that mistake. How lucky are we? Sometimes lucky, chat. Sometimes lucky. I mean, what I meant to say was that entire sequence was calculated. And it worked out just how we drew it up, because now I have the Mauling for the Orion. That's true. This stream is pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. The dragon animation is very nice. I agree. Malfilio, thank you for the Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. There's a lot of great people you can send that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me employed. We actually haven't been Ugin yet today. Looking at the metagame from the previous standard format, Ugin isn't super popular. I'm sure he still feels bad when he happens, but from a pure play rate perspective, I don't think he happens all that much. We got killed by rogues one time so far today. That definitely happened. I don't think this deck doesn't have enough creatures to enable that card, Cypress. We've only been cleaved one time as well. It's also worth noting that like we started at bronze on the ladder today. So like I'm sure my ladder ranking definitely impacts what not even. My ladder ranking almost assuredly impacts the range of decks that we see. So I'm not making any long-term commitments to Magic content. We're just gonna play it as long as we're enjoying it. We'll see if that enjoyment changes once we're back into Platinum, Diamond, Mythic, etc. We did get turn 2 combo killed in one of our matches today, 2 games in a row. Yeah, you need creatures to sacrifice to it to keep it alive, though, Cypress. So, like, that card's only good in decks that can protect it. Our deck doesn't have a bunch of bad cards to throw away. Your game for the day? You sure this is the one you want? Okay. Declan chat has a problem where he bounces between mobile games too often, so he's been set to a 1 new game per day limit. Thanks for the follow, Lee. Welcome to the channel. Scavenger's probably not good in these matchups. It's probably the cut. Declan's like the mobile consumer that people that design mobile games envision. He like plays a game with ads in it and sees an ad for another game and then clicks through and wants to get the new game he just saw the ad for. One cut here. Bloodchief Thirst. Maybe Spikefield Hazard. Yeah, let's cut Spikefield. It's almost like he's a kid with 0 attention span. Yep. Although, I did buy a copy of Bloons TD6 for our family account the other day. That was the best $5 I've spent in a while. They both played that game for double digits worth of hours. How did Dice Throne go? Dice Throne went really well. My kids are both still learning to read. They can't read large words. And Dice Throne has a lot of symbols on all of the cards in game. So like the concept of matching the symbols to rolling on the dice and trying to get specific symbols worked out really well. Was a good family game night last night. I think my opponent's disconnected. What is Bloons? It is it's a tower defense game, Martian. It's $5 on the App Store. I think it's on PC too if you prefer your kids play games on computers instead of mobile devices. But it's a kid-friendly IP tower defense game. You place ninja monkey and monkey-like characters and they pop balloons for tower defense. Day9 was streaming it the other day, and Jake came in and saw him and was like, I need that game. So sure. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good time waster. This stream is not sponsored or endorsed by Bloons, but Bloons, if you're out there, it certainly could be. 1 to 5 are free online. Look at that. Torin Nichols, thanks for the follow. Sideboarding is super easy, Navier. You cut the bad cards and you put in the good ones. Duress of the Dream Den. Does that would imply they have a bunch of little units? So while our hand has lands and spells, our spells are really slow and clunky, so I think we mulligan this looking for some cheaper cards on curve. I think we're bottoming Phoenix of Ash here. Nighthawk Scavenger is probably the better 3-drop against a creature deck. I would love a 4th land. Howdy, Chuki. Oh. The way I sequence my mana means that I can't play Nighthawk on 3. Awkward. Oh, this is the rogue stack, right? Is what this archetype is. I'm gonna fetch my Swamp now before they mill it. Sorry, I haven't been playing. Luris means the rogue deck. I probably should have kept, not even probably, I should have kept the Phoenix instead of the Nighthawk Scavenger against rogues. It was a mistake on my part not to. What are pathways? Pathways are dual lands. They're lands that come in as one of two different colors, whichever you'd prefer. That is true. Phoenixes in the deck means you can get value instantly. Ha! Maybe because I drew the Phoenix here, I was supposed to do this plus this last turn and kill the Soaring Thought Thief. That's probably the line I should have taken. Hopefully we draw an untapped land here, and then we get to go Dragon into Bloodchief Thirst. Yeah, this is what I should have done last turn. Make the right play this turn. Why the day? Thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. The default exclamation point command should be set to magic now. BT dubs. Do I have decks for the rest of the day? I mean, I have a bunch of decks in my deck editor, yes. Back to Magic temporarily or playing to stay? Undecided. I try not to make commitments I don't intend on keeping. So. We're playing today. I'm planning to play tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Yeah, it's been fine. I'm gonna play it. We're gonna do some more tomorrow. I've got like half a dozen decks I wouldn't mind playing. Where has the time gone? Plague time works different than normal time, Sardnox. It's quite the trip. I think we're probably dead at this point, huh? Got a few too many expensive cards at the moment. Deal 4 damage to target creature with flying. That part actually seems pretty good here, huh? Man, why can't this exile target player's graveyard? Why is it gotta be only opponents? I guess I still want this, technically, because they're a Luris deck, I suppose. Do I? The rest of my cards seem kind of okay. Yeah, I really wish I had a Braid. I agree with that. Do I want Crippling Fear? I don't know. My cards aren't all the same creature type. And, like, their deck has counterspells and stuff. I'd rather not. I think I want to trim most of my expensive stuff here to bring my curve down. Yeah, Phoenix is good. Then a Braid rotator. Yeah, a Braid hasn't been legal for a long time. A Braid was a Kaladesh card. Yeah, I feel like if a Braid was like evergreen, like similar to how they do cards like Negate and stuff, that would be lovely. I mean, it's just super awkward here, right? Because, like, if I want a Nighthawk on 3, I can't Spikefield on 2. I think I have to mulligan this because of the mana being awkward. Yeah, this hand's fine, right? I think I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna bottom a temple here. Can I borrow H-Domes? Let's borrow, yeah, let's borrow 8. Let's do that. Mauling. I'm bottoming that because I need an untapped land. Because I have this tapped land on 3, and then I want untapped on 4, 5. I could have been right to bottom this temple and keep the awakening. Bottoming that, again, just giving ourselves the best possible chance to find that 5th land untapped. Definitely drawing a card if Rankle connects. Want to give ourselves the best chance to have that untapped land for Goldspan Dragon next turn. Hey, look! They drew us a play for next turn if we miss on the land for the dragon. Thanks, opponent. Yep, yeah, it gives us plenty of fuel for it as well. Keep this back since it can't attack through here. First strike keeps the 3-1 at bay. I mean, Magic hasn't been bad today, Walker. It's been reasonable. Hey, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. The opponent's archetype doesn't usually play sweeper effects, right? It's usually spot removal and stuff like that. So that untapped land's actually lethal here. Because this gives us a treasure that makes 2, so we can pump the Phoenix. It could play the Crippling Chill. Yeah, that's true. Crippling Fear. Like we have in our board. I think I'm happy with our game plan here. Pulling our curve down is what we're looking to do. So left us with a reasonable number of threats up here. Maybe this Dragonkin Berserker is bad. I guess I got in a couple of hits there and it blocks their 3-1 on the ground. I don't know if there's anything really in my sideboard that I want more than this. Feel like we're definitely the beatdown in this matchup. Huh. Keep? I think... Is Rogue's deck a reason to run Tormod's Crypt over Lantern? I don't think so. I think being able to exile our own graveyard's pretty narrow. I think I want to hold up Heartless Act this turn, rather than playing Berserker. Yeah, the deck we're playing is definitely not on the cheap side. I feel about playing double threat this turn. I'd rather play Phoenix. Here's a good chance they have another answer here. And if they're answering Phoenix, they're spending an answer on something that comes back later. If I draw a 5th land next turn, we can do 3/2. Yeah, smart of them to burn the Drown in the Lock there, because with the Phoenix, if it goes to the bin later, their Drown in the Lock's gonna get much worse. You sit on a throne of lies. No, but seriously, stop lying. Oh no. Well, shoot. The good news is, because of their mana base, they can't kill this and play Luris this turn, so that's nice. I'd really like to draw an untapped land next turn, so we can do these two. That's not a terrible draw. It's been fine so far, Alert. We're still pretty low in... We're still pretty low on the ladder, so we're not running into a ton of meta decks yet. So I don't know what it's gonna feel like when we run into like all rogues and all Gruul and stuff like that. But so far it's been reasonable. And like, you know, new formats are always shaking up, so I think even if the deck format ends up being mostly those decks at the top end of the ladder, you know, it's gonna be reasonable down at the bottom for a little bit. Well, there's the 2 untapped lands I wanted for Christmas. Hey, that's nice. I'd like to try and murder this Luris. Thanks for the follow, Cryptbin. Yep. I think we're just playing 2/3 drops this turn. I think we lead on the Murderous Rider in case they have a Drown in the lock. They might drown this because of their Thieves Guild Enforcer. Yeah, one could argue I was a master at beating chat. Alright, average draws from here, we're definitely favored. Them drawing a bunch of cards that draw more cards is not good for us, though. What's going on, Matt? Good afternoon. So this is really bad for us because it lets them... Oh, wow. I'm really... That seems like a mistake. They're just, like, digging for the removal spell. I feel like... I feel like they're supposed to save that to block to deny me the life gain next turn. I don't think they're winning this game by combat. Well, yeah, but it would deny me... Oh, you don't think my life total matters? Sure. I don't know that I agree with that. Am I trading here? No, they're dead next turn, right? Thanks for the free phoenixes. I feel like I want 4 copies of Bloodchiefs for that matchup. I don't know that I necessarily want the 4th copy in the main deck. This Crippling Fear, I haven't really felt like I've wanted to bring in. Make that the last copy of Thirst. Parsing. This is a 3-lander with a scry. We're on the play. Haley has just recently mastered pulling herself to her feet, and she could not be more pleased with herself. Hey, QWE, I'm glad you enjoyed the Ring Terror stuff. I'm not intending to stop with that anytime soon. I'm doing a little bit less between now and when their next patch drops, but when their patch drops Wednesday, we'll be back to doing that daily for sure. She is 7.5 months now, so right about on target for that type of thing. Look at her standing just like her old man. Stand up. Do 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 do. We're taking Wicked Wolf because it fights my thing. Yeah, looks like mono green food. I haven't been super keeping up on everything, but mono green food's an established deck, right? This one of the decks from last season. Is anybody been keeping up? It is. Okay. Heartless Act. This guy doesn't use 1/1 counters, right? Could be fine. I have this as a tap land next turn. I think I keep that. Grawl, Rogues, and Mono Green and Mono Red were 4 of the top decks. Okay. It's just like an all Doomblades on deck matchup, right? We don't really want Chandra. is probably a little understated on average. It dies to Wolf as well. I'm gonna bring in a cheeky Shredded Sails because it can kill Great Henge. The deck used an Eldraine mechanic. It was probably playable. Big magic energy, huh? Pretty easy mulligan here with all that top end and no removal. Seems like not super exciting, but I think it's a keep. Man, 1 mana dorks that don't die to a deal one? It's busted. I don't think I want to spend Thirst on this, though, right? Thank you. Thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I think if maybe they hadn't played the second one, I would have thirsted the first one. Maybe. There's no Nissa in this format. Just a Wicked Wolf. Yeah, that sounds fine. So does Naked Wolf imply that they have another wolf in hand then? Is that the expectation? Peace was never an option, chat. Not for that goose. Not today. Or a Henge that they want to cast. Yeah, that's a good read. This doesn't seem like it's likely to be useful, so I think we play it as a land. I think I want to get the Scavenger going here. Try and be able to gain some life back. Can't trade with these because I can sack food to make it indestructible. Or they could trade them for me. Yeah. Deal, Reno. Arena explicitly does not let you respond to your own cards unless you have to activate Old Cult Control or whatever it's called. Just post a link in chat, Seth. Wicked Wolf used to give priority without full control. Wicked Wolf gives you priority in response to its trigger without full control. They used a Primal Might to fight my thing. So it does give you priority automatically if its Enters play trigger is being used, but that wasn't what just happened. Which might be confusing people, because it was the wolf fighting without its Enters play trigger is what just occurred. Markish, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. I think we're dead at this point. I'm not gonna be able to beat the geese and the Wicked Wolf and the Troll King. Thirst doesn't have any targets besides Goose in this deck. I mean, it technically kills anything, right? They have other creatures in their deck. This is 4 mana murder. Occasionally you're gonna spend 1 mana to kill a goose, but this is like more maulings basically. I guess. I mean, they have some Yorvos and stuff. I like don't really have cards in my sideboard that are better than those cards though, Mark. Like I don't really want Chandra in this matchup where they have a bunch of big beaters. There's another card that what's it called deals with nicely. Hey, Ashenor, thanks for the half year. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Good to see you today too. So I agree with you that Thirst doesn't seem great in this matchup, but it does seem better than a lot of the other cards I could be playing instead. I'm pretty sure I'm just killing their stuff. Pretty sure Rankle's trading 1-for-1 with the Questing Beast here. I don't think I want to draw a card either. I think our hand's okay enough as is. Nah, I think the downside of with another scavenging use happening is too high there, and this is likely a 4-of that they play. So I'd rather just hold the Phoenix in hand, I think. It's been reasonable, Spartan. We're still pretty low on the ladder, so it's hard to tell exactly if it's representative, but it's been fine. Get a primal whatever here. So this lets Murderous Rider attack. Hey, Physicist, thanks for 7 months. Welcome back. This gives all of our friends Death Touch. We're mostly playing this card because we can only play 4 dragons, but occasionally Death Touch is really good for breaking board states like this. Hey, Cheesy Pastries. Thanks for the 20 months. Glad you're enjoying the God of War stuff. Putting that on pause for a couple of days with the new Magic set. We'll definitely be back to doing God of War next week. I want to finish that one up. It's been fun. Okay. Okay. They dead. We're at 12. Not quite dead, but close. This has been an untapped land where they have been dead. Oh no, wait, they're exactly dead, right? Yeah, they're exactly dead. This is 6. No, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Yeah, I needed the untapped land. Original count was correct. Rankle sounds nice. Nah, not really, BSQR. This industry has too much variation in it to ever really make predictions. So breaking 1,000 people is a good metric for my channel. Looks like we're gonna be good here. Waiting. Waiting. Hey, good games, Garlic. Good luck in the rest of your laddering today. Nope, forever. Just decided to dip back in and see what the new set was like. They had a new expansion release today for everyone. I mean, most ladder systems are representative of people's ability. Like, if you're capable of playing Magic, you'll get up higher ranks if you just play well. If you just play enough. Ladder systems don't really measure skills so much as they measure, like, your ability to play at least an average level and then your dedication to playing games. And that's not to say you're not good if you ladder up, but it's just to say, like, it shouldn't be the end-all, be-all metric. Or, like, if you're not laddering, it doesn't mean you're bad either. Probably just means you haven't invested enough time. Like, you can't lose all of your games in ladder up, obviously, but yeah, if you're at least average, it's just about putting in the hours. This match felt pretty hard last time we played it. What's going on, Bear Senior? Thank you for the tier 2 and for the 34 months. Almost 3 years. It's a long time. Homemade meat. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. The way Arena works with it giving you a free loss at every time you hit a rank, you could technically hit higher ranks with a less than 50% win rate if you put your losses in the right places. So the math on calculating what you need gets a little convoluted here because, like, when you hit, like, Diamond 1, you get a free loss. So winning more definitely helps, but you don't have to be doing it. Now I have 6 2-drops in my deck, so I think taking the line that plays around them having exactly Croxa, but makes it worse if I draw a 2-drop is bad in that instance. I'm just gonna hit them and trade for Bonecrusher here. I don't think I'm winning this race if I leave Bonecrusher in play, so I think I just get rid of these. Especially with my 5th land being Igdom's Awakening to hurt me a little bit. It's a D1. I'm not super familiar with the format 2 modes, but I don't think there's a lot of X1s that their deck plays. Any X1s that their deck plays? And even then, it's not just like, do they play X1s? It's like, do they play X1s that are also worth killing? Is another question. Feel like we're pretty far behind at this point. I don't really have any meaningful interaction, and our ability to race is looking pretty non-existent. Hey, thanks for the 28 months, Slappy. I have no doubt that me playing Arena today will likely cause many people to re-download Arena that haven't touched it in a while. Content producers make game companies lots of money. Croxa's coming back this turn. Yeah, we're pretty done here. We have three lanterns in my sideboard. So that's helpful a little bit. Their deck's pretty all in on the graveyard stuff, it looks like. Heartless Act may be okay. I like the idea of lifelink on this, but at the same time, they're escaping their graveyard and I'm exiling it, so this probably isn't very good, right? Is it Chandra matchup? I don't think so. I think I need to be aggressive here. Chandra unfortunately doesn't have many matchups. What a lazy take. Chandra's literally good in every mid-range and control matchup. She draws you cards. You ask yourself, is a Planeswalker that draws me 3 cards a turn good here? If yes, Chandra is good. It's what she does. You are right that there's a number of aggressive decks in the format. So if the format is all aggro, I don't want her in aggro matchups, but the idea that she's mostly useless is very silly. Touch awkward on our mana here, having to pick with both of these and lock us off of one of our 2 things we can cast here. You have similar number of both mana sources, so it's kind of arbitrary which we pick. I think I'd rather have Rankle and Rider than Phoenix. This is a bit worse if we don't draw land this turn, though. Nailed it. Then I think we are going to be in a position to race this game, so I'm going to go ahead and have us lose life and draw here. So we can try and have our best chance to hit the untapped land to play this next turn. And go tapped into Phoenix, potentially. Perhaps BSQ, but I think it would also have a lot less players overall. I'm gonna be honest, Hidden Flame, I have no idea what the card you're talking about does. Do this into like Bonecrusher? Sure. I think I'm supposed to play this. Could also be right to just save it to exile this, though. It's been good, Mar. I think we're gonna have time to use Murderous Rider this game. Do they have an untapped red source to escape Croxa? They do not. Huh? I think we're supposed to do this, so this way if they escape this, I can bend this, keep this, kill them in the air. I think is the plan. Y2K, thanks for the 35 months. That was off the cuff. Too much, dog. All right, we're gonna win a game here. It looks like without drawing our graveyard hate. That's nice. I couldn't remember if Past Jeff had a new format command, but it definitely applies today. Past Jeff does in fact have a new format command, and it is perfect. Well, to be fair, it's a 1,000,000-word double card, right? Like those words are on front and back. This is light on lands, and it doesn't have a lantern, so I think we take a mulligan here. Dear opponent, please don't Croxa me. Deal. How does Boast work? It's an activated ability that you can only use if your creature attacked. I was expecting a combat trick. Yeah, combat tricks aren't usually playable in Magic Constructed. Has Mauling been useful today? It hasn't been not useful. I've killed things with Mauling. Well, lucky for you, the Chaldeum keywords aren't particularly playable. Chaldeum. It's been good. We're gonna play more Magic tomorrow, homeboy. First strike's a heck of a keyword, chat. Kenchik, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. We ditched the Awakening here. You get to discard your land to Kroxa, but it doesn't cost you 3 life. Value. I'd rather they Doomblade Gold Dragon than Doomblade Berserker. Definitely feels like they're holding up a piece of removal here, right? Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Mar. Yeah, I'm planning if Magic stays reasonable, I'm planning to do a mix of Runeterra and Magic moving forward. Hey, what's going on? Zach, thank you for the 42 months. It's a long time. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, this is the other cheeky reason why I'm playing this card, despite the fact that it might be bad. You know First Strike and Death Touch are busted together, chat? I have a soft spot in my heart for First Strike and Death Touch. Oh, Joe, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. What a heartless opponent. Yeah. Nailed it. Unfortunately, the Mire Triton put them up to 5 cards in their bin again, so I think we're dead here. Let's match up the... We played against 2 different red-black variations so far, and they both felt hard for us playing this. Without drawing a Lantern for Graveyard Hate, not really sure this seems winnable. So if I attack with this, I'm technically not dead to their attack if they have brick, and this trades with this, and then we go to 1, and then they're at 10. I have no idea, BSQ. I don't really intend to touch Historic. Playing with it against Duro doesn't sound particularly exciting to me. Really know that I have anything to do to make that style of matchup markedly better. Is Eat to Extinction still legal? That was a Theros card, right? It is. This is probably too expensive to play. Converted mana cost 3 or more. This could be good. Both Wicked Wolf and... Oh, this doesn't hit Kroxa. Kroxa costs 4 to escape, but that technically doesn't hit him. That could still be good because Wicked Wolf and Troll King made us feel bad. Calling Spikefield in answer to Kroxa is like... It's disingenuous at best, I think, is a good way to put it. It's really not. Cling could be cute for the rogue matchup. Yeah, that's true. Having them mill us into an escape card is tricky. That's good. Phoenix was good for that reason. It could just be right to just go up on the amount of graveyard hate we have on the board. Let's play one more with this, then maybe we'll change gears. We've been playing this one for a while. Ready to sample something else. Remorse is super narrow. Remorse not narrow. Remorse has a very specific window. I don't really think I want to be spending mana to play cards that don't impact the board. Yeah, shrinking their graveyard. Their graveyard is, shrinking our graveyard is very good against rogues, you're not wrong. We played against a blue-white Yorion, but we beat it with flying haste creatures pretty easily. I have a Jeskai Giant and a Temur Giants list that people have sent. Oh, this Jeskai list that someone sent me is a Yorion list. I don't really want to play a Yorion deck. Maybe Temur Giants might be what we're going to play after this. I haven't decided yet. Today is higher than usual, Vortex. What are the green cards in Temur Giants? Ramp, I believe. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I forgot. I'm contractually obligated to play with 4 copies of Waking the Trolls today. I can't have my first day of Magic in 2020 not include playing the card Waking the Trolls. Whatever year it is. The rare 3-mana Mauling. Alright, we're gonna finish this game and then we're gonna play some Jund Waking the Trolls. dude. So definitely drawing a card here. We need some gas desperately. Ooh, some Marduki on the other side of the table. This is a, I don't even remember what the mechanic's called. Is it Foretold? Foretold is what it's called, right? For those that haven't seen the spoilers, think of Foretold cards as putting something on layaway. They pay 2 mana to put it face down, and then later they can play this card for a cheaper cost. So, like, you invest 2 mana up front and then get a minor discount later. It's kind of like spreading, it's kind of like paying more overall, but spreading your costs out over multiple turns. This deck, I can at least say, was successful for the day. We accomplished our goal of playing things with flying and haste. You got me. Ooh. Okay, here's a question. Nah, never mind. I lied. Not a question. We're just drawing. Yeah, we might see Valki's backside here for the first time. He looks good from behind, chat. It's definitely feeling like a Planeswalker Tibalt game. Here's a generic question that people in chat may or may not know the answer to. Does anybody know if there's a website where I can download high-resolution images of... Magic artwork from? Just the artwork? Preferably current sets? Yeah, Scryfall has really tiny resolution, just the artwork cropped on it. I want to be able to... Well, Magic has a fan art policy that you can use the artwork for. I want stuff to use for YouTube thumbnails, basically. I wasn't sure if there's an organized way to do that or not.
Time to focus. I got a job to do. Get out.
Artofmtg.com. All right, sweet. This is gonna get to gain them 4 life. think I'm playing this and then just playing Kaya here.
This should be a nice
And insulating this. It's our best draw at this point. Is another awakening, I think. 6, 7, 8.
Don't worry. I got you.
So they can turn Valki into a Nighthawk. So how does this work? Does this still remember... Does this still remember what was under it?
You won't get away so easily.
If I kill it? Oh, nothing was exiled. No, it was technically exiled. It says when this creature dies or is put into exile, return it to its own. This is not a replacement effect. This is a trigger when a thing happens. It doesn't say instead of. How long is this game going? Am I killing them or am I killing their Kaya? I think I'm supposed to kill their Kaya, right?
Whatever. I'll bounce back.
Oh, that had a Kaya plus on it. That still makes them use their mana for the turn. Okay, so we're getting nothing from this when it dies. Got it. We get nothing. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, chat. Grab something to eat while our opponent's figuring out this turn. So I think we prioritize killing their flying unit here. I don't want to kill this. I guess if I kill this, I get the scavenger back. This also gives them, like, they turn this into a scavenger, and then they get to trade with this, though. And then this goes back to their hand. I think I just eat their flying walker.
Well, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Unit is a game-neutral verbiage. Was that a good draw? If so, why? Please explain. Show your work. Real decks have curves, chat. Yes, because 4 units. There you go. All right, so I probably want my Planeswalker removal here. They have a lot of units, too, that Heartless Act kills. They're probably a Bonecrusher Giant deck, right? Which I think means we cut... I think we cut Dragonkin against Bonecrusher Giant. This card's probably bad. I wanted to play this card because it was kind of cheeky, but I think my wrap-up's going to conclude that this should just be Bonecrusher Giant. I think is likely what this card should be. I wanted to try the new card, but as far as, like, mid-range stuff goes, Bonecrusher would have just been better in this set. I think this is a mulligan. It's like, it's 4 lands, and it doesn't have double red for the Goldspan Dragons. This hand's also not amazing. It's like a 6-card hand, so you get what you keep. Take what you can get. This card's so great. The fact that our curve works out to have a bunch of 3, 4s, 5s, and 6s is real sweet in this deck too. Sugio! Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Having a wonderful afternoon wherever you're at in the world. Everybody free out today, by the way. It's great to see over 1,100 people in here. If you're new to the channel, my name's Chef Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. Do a lot of turn-based strategy games, card games like this, as well as some single-player story-driven stuff. We're going to be focusing on Arena for the next few days at least, since they just had a card release. I think we were lead on Phoenix here, because they almost assuredly have removal. And, like, this is a threat that comes back later, so if they want a point a piece of removal at this week, you're the least. I also have a YouTube channel, one of which is all my stream archives, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland, so all the decks that I play today will go up there in separate videos. We played some Black-White Clerics before this, so that's a pretty good one. We're going to play some Jund Ramp after this, I think, so we'll play 3 different decks today. My opponent foretold some stuff, chat. We're just killing this. This is meh. I don't know, most aggro decks are pretty meh. It had some good linear draws, and if you didn't have a good linear draw, you ended up kind of sad. Huh? It's a couple angels. If I do this and then crack this, I can escape this. And Brop and Goulash, thanks for the follows. Vorn clicks into Ugin Ultimate. Sounds gross. Okay, I don't think we're coming back from this position. Yeah, we played Hollow Knight. The big thing I don't like about single player games is games like Hollow Knight or the one people always recommend, Souls something on the PlayStation, I think it's called, and Dark Souls on the PlayStation. Games that like make you sit there and repeat a giant part of the game if you die. I don't mind having to get good and practice combat mechanics, but I don't like to replay the previous 20 minutes of gameplay every time I die at a boss. So, like, it's fine to make the bosses challenging, but I don't want to, like, replay a ton of content that I already mastered to get back to the part that I failed at. Now, Dark Souls is the game we were talking about. Bloodborne's another game. What Dark Souls? Is Dark Souls cross-platform? I thought Souls was a PlayStation title, too. Bloodborne is just like that. I've heard mixed things. We're gonna try Bloodborne after we finish God of War. If Bloodborne is a lot of that, I won't play much of it. The Mighty Crusader, thanks for the follow. I did not finish Breath of the Wild. I really did not care for a lot of Breath of the Wilds. Both Breath of the Wild's combat system and their weapon breaking mechanics were really god-awful. Breath of the Wild had good puzzles, but that was like the only thing it did particularly well, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna be back to God of War either sometime over the weekend or like Tuesday at the latest. Come eat pizza. Thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. As someone who's played most of the open world games that have released in the last decade now, I think Breath of the Wild is my least favorite of all of them. Definitely much lower than like Witcher and Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, God of War's been great. The combat in God of War has a lot of variety to it in a really fun way. I have not played the Last of Us series before, no. Is that an open world game? I wasn't aware that was an open world game. I am told Immortals is on my list of things to play. I've heard good things about Immortals Rising. Even if the name of the game is god-awful. No, I'm not doing all open world stuff, but I am doing some. I did play Hades, and I was not a fan. I know that feels like sacrilege to say to a lot of people, but Hades is my least favorite Supergiant game. I enjoyed both Bastion and Transistor a lot more than Hades. I didn't find the combat variation in Hades to be enjoyable enough to replay the same levels constantly. Bastion and Transistor are both great, though. Liked both of those games a lot. I've not played Pyre. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. The twitchy is a great way to describe Hades combat. Big agree that twitchy is the descriptor I would use. Am I supposed to crack this other one and hit them to 8? Maybe? 6, 7. Keeping this one means I can Awakening back the dragon next turn, though. Alright, untapped land for lethal. Any flying haste threat for lethal? I'm aware. That's why I said I need an untapped land. Alright, 8 mana raised from the dead. Opponent wanted to demonstrate how efficiently they can empty their hand. Something like that. I think my closing commentary on this is I enjoyed it. The play all of the flying haste threats basically worked out exactly how I wanted it to work out. We had a couple of different times where we got to Awakening back just a board full of flying hasty threats to close things out in the late game. My one big takeaway was that Berserker didn't end up feeling particularly playable, and this should definitely just be Bonecrusher Giant, as I wanted more turn 2 plays, and this probably fills out a little bit better at the bottom end. It's also a threat as well as being a turn 2 play. I'm glad I tried the other dragon card, but I would rather have this. This seemed playable. Talking from a strictly optimal sense, at the end of the day, it's probably go down to 2, go up to the 4th Bonecrusher Giant is likely what you want to be. Having a extra Planeswalker in the late game that was also an early game play on occasion was nice, because like this archetype feels like it kind of wants more Chandra Heart of Fires, but it also to generate card advantage, but it also just doesn't want to have to draw that many Chandra Heart of Fires early. So the fact that like this is Planeswalker card advantage 3 and 4 that can just be a 2/1 that's a little bit of disruption on 2 felt really elegant. So I like this is doing. I love the spell lands, getting to play Mauling, Spikefield, and Agadeem, so we get to play, 28 lands while only playing 18 actual lands. Felt fantastic. There could be merit to Mauling being maybe better as Black Castle, but at the same time, I don't have that many swamps, so Castle's also going to frequently be a tap land. So I think I was happy with Mauling. We killed a few things with that card over the course of the set, and it felt good. If I was looking to try and solve problems working on this deck, the black-red graveyard like Croxa decks felt hard. We added a couple of Cling to Dust, so maybe Cling and Soul Guide Lantern out of the sideboard mean that that's winnable, but that was definitely the thing that felt the hardest there. All right, what are we doing? Let's shift gears.